I'm here. I see some people. Gail, Chick, Mousy Deb, hello. Do I know you, Mousy Deb? If I don't, welcome, welcome. And be sure and click the subscribe button and the bell button so that Facebook will continue to bless me with their views and stuff. Woo! What a week, what a week. Wait on some more folks to get in. Oh, well, cool. I do collage about half the time. And the other half of the time I paint. So, welcome. Good, thank you. Oh, me. Forgive me if I sigh a little bit. I'm going to get it out of my system. Our little Minnie came home, and we beat the odds, guys. 50-50 chance of survival, and we made it. Isn't that great? Hey, Wendy. I'm sure I'll have to say that a couple more times when everybody comes in. These are the pages I did yesterday. See what the like is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not too bad. Yeah, it is fantastic news. She was ready to come home. The last time I saw her on Sunday, she was not ready. She was ready to go back in with the nurse, which told me that she knew she wasn't ready. But today she was ready. So normal everything now. Just our little 1.5-year-old mini schnauzer almost died last Friday. And it is the IMHA, which is an immune disorder. But she responded very quickly to the drugs, and that's the key to getting that in remission. It can come back at any time, surprise, but not really predictable. So, we're gonna go with it. She was happy. She's tired and she can't take 5-mile walks in the morning. She's just supposed to rest and build her strength back up. And yeah, I think thanks to all you guys' loves and wishes and all that, and lots more positive energy, I think that helped. I'm never one to turn positive energy down. And whatever you claim that it is for you, whether it's prayers or white light or, I don't care what you call it, it worked. I am so relieved. We can rest now. It is very good news. IMHA, immune something something anemia. And she smells still like Ensure. That's what they were feeding her. And she needs a bath in the worst way. But that will take care of itself. I caught bits and pieces of Lena's stream this morning. I just really like this background. What am I doing? Yeah, BJ is. He's been going with us every time to visit her so that he would know she was still with us. That page isn't acting right. But there's nothing glued. Okay, we're not going to worry about it. First thing he wanted to do was get up on the exam table with her and smell her butt to make sure that we weren't pulling a fast one on him and substituting. Which we weren't. I'm going to get a jelly plate. Yeah, BJ stands for Beamer Jr. His daddy's name was Beamer. And BJ is our pick of the litter from Beamer's last litter. So, bless his heart, he's never been alone and until Beamer died, and then he cried for a month. And then he cried for another 2 weeks because we got Minnie, but he's over that now. Ooh, okay, it's almost time. Hey, Shauna. I don't see Ivy. Well, hello, Ivy, wherever you are. Christy. It's hard to keep all of our names straight, Gail, let alone all of our pets and husbands. And that's why I don't try to remember names. I tell you that on the front end. If I don't remember you, I'll just call you by your stage name. Good work yesterday. I'm pleased with these. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ivy. Hey, Lane. Yeah, we'll be walking on eggshells around her for, a short while. I'm sure, making sure she doesn't relapse immediately, but it's kind of nice to be in the winning side of the odds. Well, they do, Gail. Cool, cool. Has everybody been staying up? I want to watch Debbie Epps' reverse collaging. I didn't get to it on Sunday. We've kind of been, yeah, I used my missing Neocolor 2s on both of these pages. I did some stamping with Distress Oxides. This is a printed paper, and printed paper. So that's, I also used white gesso. Once I got my Neos down, so they're really kind of loud. So I put a little bit of white gesso. But you know what? Instead of messing with that great big bottle, I can put some in here. There. That thing weighs 10 pounds. Gesso is so handy to have. You can use it in place of white paint. You can make it translucent and transparent. And it's got enough grip that something else can go on top of it, even in some cases watercolor. So now if I can put it somewhere where it won't get filled. Right there. That'll work. I know y'all saw the index cards, or maybe some of you didn't. I'll show you those while we're waiting a few minutes. And anybody that's watching this on replay, you are welcome to fast forward. This is a live, and we like each other, so we catch up on the front end. And I'm going to show you these index cards, which will be, they are Rolodex cards. And this is headed to be an altered book, where these would be in the Rolodex, and you would start with the first card, and I would write a story and put one sentence on each card, which is going to be kind of interesting on the cards with the dark backgrounds. But that's a plan. Now, I don't know how you plan to keep the cards in order, because it's so tempting just to pull one out. I decided last week that I've fallen in love with this particular color, and that was a painted paper. And I'm rounding all the corners, and I need to do my punches on this. So there's 4. I think I've gotten some pretty good ones. And I got some that were kind of dull. I don't know why. Dull maybe in mood. But that's easy enough to change. These are all modeling paste and stencils and stamps. And each of them has some collage papers on it. And they're not really designed to be seen together. For example, well, that wouldn't work that way. Never mind. Well, yeah, it would. Because it could be in the Rolodex like this, and then it would flip to something similar color. So you can do some control of colors or feels. And then I went back over these. I think it was Friday, maybe. I don't remember. No, it wasn't Friday. I don't remember. And like some of these that are so quiet, I've kind of gone back in and added a little bit to them. Some of them aren't that bad. Here's the shark. You remember the shark? This is some washi tape I got from China. It's actually a die cut vinyl. And it was so cheap, I think I got one in every color. Let's see, this would be going that way. I love the peach and the purple, or the mauve color. Oh, that's an intentional a tag. This is one of Patty Tolly Parrish's stamps. They're not quite as dull as I thought they were. So those are the done ones. And then I've got these left to collage and stamp and do all that. And that's going to be a pretty good stack of cards. All right. So Mousy, are you more into art type collage paintings or journal type collage? And I just noticed my machine was going nutso. My camera, I mean. We'll go ahead and put some not really necessary, but this is just a cheap journal I got at Goodwill. So I might put a coat on first and then put some Neos down, and then this is where I find my Zen zone, guys. This is where the healing happens. And if I don't share anything else with y'all, I want you to know that it doesn't matter what kind of art or creative thing you're doing. If it takes your mind off what you're worried about or what your current tragedy is, and we all have them, so then it's a worthwhile expense of your time, even if you don't know what you're going to do with it. So the people that say, what are you going to do with it? You can say, it's the process of doing it that helps me, not what I'm doing with it. So if you want to paint on cereal boxes and that makes you happy, and you lose yourself in pasting down clippings from magazines, then do it. That is art, just like painting a picture of the Mona Lisa. Same. And when the Impressionists and those guys, and I'm sure Leonardo and all that, Michelangelo, when they got tired of painting, they just did something else. That's when the chine collé kind of became popular in France, late 1800s. It was collage papers. Now, collaging is not new, and it's not new to the 18th century either. It's new going back to probably about 400 in China. I swear, every art that we think we're doing new for the first time, they perfected it. And then the Japanese took it and they did more of it. And then we discover it today and think that, oh, we discovered something. Like me with my silver bracelets, marking up pages of a book. I was so sure that I had invented something new, but I hadn't. Okay. Hey, Lori. Yes, it's the process. If you want to make dioramas, or, layman's terms, what am I thinking? I'm going to use a thin coat little miniature rooms out of a matchstick box. That's art. I mean, there have been museum exhibits. There it is. There have been museum exhibits on somebody's hobby of doing miniatures. And I got that a little too much, so I'm just going to wipe it off. Jelly printing isn't new by any stretch of the imagination. It's monoprinting. It's what Edgar Degas did. And then he would pull 4 or 5 prints, and he would use those for his pastels of dancers. And he would use all of them. I mean, he had some left apparently when he died. But each time you pull something from a jelly plate or a monotype, the next one is different. Okay, that's what we call the ghost print. And the old way of doing it, where they actually carved it onto a lino stone or something like that, and then had to run it through a press. We don't run them through presses now because we've got this. Same thing though, but if they're done the professional way like that, you can sometimes get 4 or 5 prints off one plating, or making the plate or inking that plate. So that's what Degas did. So if you're doing jelly printing, hey, you're an artist, baby. Hey, Joycey. I'm glad you were able to come. I'm just waiting for this to dry. Chit-chatting a little bit, giving out some wiki wisdoms. Hair dryer on cool. Excuse me. Waiting for a color to move me. I like those two. Let's do 4. 4 of those. Let's see if I can make this work. Wet it first. The reason I put down the paint first is so this water-based medium wouldn't just bead up on the plate. And so now it's kind of scratching it off, which is fine. I'm using a brush to see if I can get more color. See how it beads up right there? Brush won't take it off, so this may be an experiment gone wrong. All right. Helps to get the end without the plastic. Now, because I gessoed that, and they're all cool colors so that I'm not going to get mud or brown. I don't really like to call it mud, but I deliberately mixed mud. No blood, no blood. Whoops. I think I just dipped into the gesso. I need to start, I've talked about this before, at the first of every week, getting out an obscure art product I own and putting it on the desk and using it all week. Because we've all got cool stuff that we forget about. Okay, that's kind of nice. The eternal circle. Symbols like this go back to antiquity. Okay, let's see what we can do this time. I was thinking the other day about those index cards. They're pretty much the same intuitive journaling that we're doing here. This is Shimmering Lights by Prima. See where the acrylic paint is? It doesn't bead where it does right here where the paint came off. And sometimes I use just a clear, you can use matte medium. You can use, let me activate that a little bit. Glazing medium I use. Anything without any color, or one of these color flash colors that are real translucent. Well, we didn't get much. where it's picking up the blue ice is nice on this color. Everybody in the neighborhood's going to be wanting to see Minnie. They're like the Pied Piper when they walk. Kids come out of their houses. I think our neighbor started a GoFundMe account. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of bang, but there is subtle. It's like yesterday I'm getting subtle stuff. Not one subtle, we're getting two subtle. I'm going to spray this and see if I can get some. Ah, yes. Yes. Getting some droopies. I don't think I'm going to need another coat of gesso because this is fairly calm. I'll put these away. Back there. Trying to clean up as I go. Like watching paint run. Thanks, Lynn Wessel. How are you today? I'm glad we got old Lynn out of her dark cave. Yeah, that's nice. I like this. I'm going to let it move on its own for just a few seconds, and then I'll start drying it. Anybody wants to play along? Joycey, you got your camera set up? And I really am liking the way the blue came off. See if you can see it. The little blue metallic just came off in little crummy pieces. Crumby, not crummy. Good. I was hoping I would reach the people I needed to reach. y'all want a daily pick-me-up, go to Randy's page, Facebook, because he writes almost like a daily devotion of the weather outside, and it's really, really good. Hug someone you haven't hugged, speak to someone you don't know. He's a good boy. I could have put a piece of paper under there to keep it from sticking, but I didn't. Maybe, baby. I'm overrun with paper. Let's play with that. Yeah, they're good. William Randy Ross, I think. Or you can text me and I can send it to you. Let's tear this edge off. And then we'll know what we got to deal with. He cooked all day Sunday. I didn't particularly care for it. It was some kind of a French oxtail recipe. It basically just tasted like chuck roast, but there was way too much fat. The only time I like the fat is when it's charred onto a ribeye steak. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half. That's about right. So much easier to cut with a metal ruler than it is to get your cutting tool out. Thinking, thinking. Can't wait for my America book to come in. I have some ideas because the kind of collage that you see in galleries is not this kind of collage. It's more of a tell a story kind of collage, like make a mountain be the skirt of a dancing girl or something. I know that sounds weird, but always check the back sides too. Now see how pretty the real side is? This is the paint side, and this is the back side. Is your company paying for the computer tower? That'd be something different. I haven't done anything like that in a while. And I have enjoyed working with paper ever so much more since I found out about Oohoo. We are just about done with our series on Netflix. Wentworth, about women's prison in England. I hate to see it end. We've got friends there. I overtimed all the time when I was. Must have a hole in the page or something. A little bit of glue. Because the more I worked, the more money I made. And if I was freelance, so if I got something done fast, I could take on other jobs. Okay. But my clients never knew how fast I was. They got billed just like I had done it regular time. So that was how I made so much money with that. And I did. Back in the good old days. That was a great career until Microsoft started including software with their new computers. And then every receptionist thought they could do the same thing and save their bosses some money. Actually, they didn't think that, the bosses did. But that's okay. Everything comes to an end. Okay, I think that works. Let me see. Ooh-hoo. Ooh-hoo. And Joycey and I researched, and you can buy a 12-pack of this for around $20. And it'll last you, depending on how much you use it. But I've still got a few that I've had over a year, and I haven't gone through my whole 12 yet. And wasn't it, Joycey, we computed the cost. And if you compare, which you have to do, you have to compare this larger stick, 1.41 ounce. You have to compare that to the other, like school brands, 1.41 ounce. And they were real close to the same. So why not buy the one that has the best reviews for being archival and all that stuff? And it lasts. I bought one. This was at the dollar store, but I don't know anything about it. Hey, Nancy. I do have friends in prison, or friends in prison. Randy always likes to announce at a cocktail party. Back when we used to do cocktail parties, we don't do that anymore. Yeah, when I was in prison, He was a warden at Maximum in Arkansas, which is where the life sentence folks are. He can tell some stories. They may not all be true, but they're still funny stories. That was one reason why we moved out of Pine Bluff, which is where we met. I had a beautiful 100-year-old house, and things were beginning to go down socially there. Anyway, when we were moving him in, I found that baseball cap in his stuff and just popped it on my head. And we pulled in the driveway. He said, you might want to take that off, and you might want to see if you can get that straight. And I said, why? And he said, it's got my prison pen emblem on it, and people around us will know what that is. So it was kind of a revolving door of prison. Sure enough, one day we were outside. This fellow probably picked it up from somewhere else, but he said, are you the Sarge that used to be at the prison? Used to be down at the prison? Yep. Got to the point if we were walking, Sarah was 5.5, so if we'd be out walking somewhere and he'd say, now, if I tell you to hit the dirt, don't turn around and ask me why. I want your faces in the dirt. That's how scary it got. Not just toward him, but in general. All righty. I'm looking at the chat. I'll send Kimberly over if you need help getting your desk cleaned up. All she wants to do is laugh at me, so. All right. Yeah, I want to use this. I didn't really mean to make that a red cross. It's supposed to be an X. Oh, well. Now, we need to blot some of that up or we'll be here forever. What a mess you're making. Maybe this will pick it up better. So did anybody watch Debbie Epps in her reverse jelly printing the other day? I have a feeling I know what she did. I think she painted the giraffe on the jelly plate. Make a mess. Make a big old mess. Okay. That'll do. I didn't get as much over here. I love things Oriental. And I did that even before I met Randy. Asian, sorry. Beth, what is Cairo's ministry? Oh, I remember you saying that, but it somehow didn't make sense with Asian. Whoa! Man, that stuff boiled on me. All right. Good enough for who it's for. I think I'm going to put a piece of deli paper just in case. I went in one of the prisons down South Arkansas once with a group that was doing ministry. Whew, man, it was the more gates that closed, the nervouser I got. Let's see about this. Miss Minnie's not even supposed to go on the walk tonight if Randy carries her. The good thing I remembered. It's a good thing I went. Do you know how men are? He'd stood there looking at the doctor like a bull would a new gate. And I said, they take 5-mile walks every morning. She can go out in the yard and cut her around a little bit. And I said, well, what if Randy carries her? Nah, I don't think that's such a good idea. So look how pretty that is on the back. Jeez. I think I'm going to have to use the back side. So if you do that, you need something easy on the other side. Easy peasy. I'm working here behind the scenes. Monster pile of jelly prints. Here's one of my oils. The back side. No, that looks too grungy. Okay, come on. You know you're hiding something from me. I think I could clean up this pile of papers every day and it would end the day in a mess. All right, that's good. I know it. I'm going to do the whole page. The blue stripes one was, this is acrylic. And I don't remember doing this, so it could have been done a long time ago. But I do like the way the paper was wrinkled when I put it on. That gives it some physical texture. It amazes me how many different techniques people have come up with for the jelly plate. Nice job there, bucko. Don't like it. I don't like it. All right, so we're going to, ooh, look at that yummy gold. We're going to put this down and then we're going to play off some of these colors on the other side. This Uhu has an open time, little one, that enables you to pull it back up again if you need to. Now slow down. Nobody's going to take it away from you. Isn't it pretty? Make sure all my edges are down good. It's hard to use these plates, these prints that you like, knowing that you can never, I should have taken a picture of that. Dag nabbit. Oh well, if you can't reproduce it and you love it, take a picture of it and then you can print it anytime you want. However, that didn't work for us. My poor pitiful little brush. Could I get a bigger brush? Yeah. Why bother now? I bet Randy and the kids are sacked out in there. I better see about some of these that are stuck. This is my second book, and I have really enjoyed it. And I have got to start the painting for my nephew's wedding. I'm thinking I'm going to do it in encaustic like I did the other one I told y'all about. You saw some of it. And I think I can film the process good enough that it might be interesting to watch. Okay, that's good enough. Am I putting you to sleep, Dale? Okie dokie. Maybe. Maybe, maybe. This is Folk Arts Color Shift. And this is Folk Arts Frosted Glass, except I want this one first. Okay, now I'm going to see if this frosted glass and some of the gesso. We'll tone that down a little bit from the orangey. Come off of there. Okay. Now it's still a little bit too warm. I'm gonna dry it. Thanks, Lisa. Yep, she's home. She beat the odds. 50-50 chance, and she started responding to the medication in 3 days. So we're happy about that. I'm going to take a chance. Did y'all see my reverse collage magazine? Yes? No? I got to get a drink of water. I'm going to show it to you again. I was with Shannon one day, and she was, this when everybody first started reverse collage. So I don't get it really, but so I went outside to the car and got one of these art magazines I used to subscribe to, and decided, well, I can just paint around the paintings. So I did a background around that one. And this is the magazine, and that's the magazine. So again, I just did another background. Not much of the magazine here. It's just this painting, and then I did kind of a collage stamping, whatever on that. That's not too stunning. The chicken was the magazine. See, I'm trying to do mixed media. This one's kind of okay. This one's the parrot and all of this. And then I added everything around it. And painted on top of the parrot. And here I took the paintings that were 2 on a page and just extended the painting into the margins. And the same down here. So that was kind of fun. But I got bored with it. I did the same here. Here's the image. And then I painted it out in here. So that's pretty cool. So that's as far as I went. And it kicked around in my car forever. I don't think there's any more in here. But, you know, it may have some possibilities. So there's my reverse collage. And now I'm going to do the America. Now we know that red and green are complements. So what grays down the green is red. Can you see that right there? No, you can't see that right there. Bye, Wendy. Sleep tight. So I can glaze down the green a little bit. That's gold. Just gonna paint another layer of gesso. Kind of messy. If you move fast enough, you can get some of it up. You see, that's better already. Not that there's anything wrong with it to begin with. But I do kind of like this the red in there, the coral. Tell you what we can do. I'm going to find a stamp pad. That picks up one of these colors. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm sure Distress has something. I love playing with color. When I had my needlepoint shop, I had people that would drive to get me to pick out their colors. That's not bad. Stone's not bad. I think maybe a mahogany or something like that would. Not walnut still. Sorry for the rustling. Okay. Surely one of those will work. Kind of yellow. That might be it. That's the color. But it's a little bit pumice stone. Those two together might do it. And that's kind of good. Vintage photo. Vintage photo. Okay. Those three and not that one. Because then I can use the pumice to kind of lighten it. Now pick out a stencil over here, the weekly stencils. If I fall out of my chair, someone call Randy. Bye, Lane. Get my brush. I got one of those little ones out somewhere back here. I don't see it. Hang on, I'd be happy to find the one I used the other day. Aha! You quit looking, I found it. I just spotted frayed burlap. Nope, that's green. Don't want that. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Okay. Perfect. I'm not putting a real heavy Perfect, perfect. I wonder what happens if I spray these, since they are kind of on top of each other. Pretty cool. Let's try it and see. Bye, Gail. Hi, Lee. Oh, I did say hi to Lisa. Never mind. Hi, Kim. Ooh, cool. It's going to run it. I like that. We'll just let that sit there a minute. Have I told y'all before that this distress sprayer by Tim is worth every penny, and if you can catch it on 40% off, it's a great size. Now, if the oxides do what they're supposed to do, so I guess I just need to be patient, huh? Yeah. That is cool. Now, if I hadn't wanted it to do that, I would have been a little upset, but we're journaling, right? And Tim always dries his right away, so. I'm seeing a little bit of oxides going on. Now then, I'm going to put it right there. $5:30, just about right on time. I can do 4 of these in about an hour and a half. Now that kind of sort of sort of resembles in a vague sort of way. Now what I can do is come back with this vintage photo. Wait a minute. This was here. So faded. I don't really think it's going to make much difference. And if it's not right on, it will look like a shadow. And put it right over the top piece. And see, if I was doing this for a painting, I'd have to think about it for a couple of days. And I'd have to test it. It's the beauty of a journal. I damn near matched this going on. I am impressed with that. That Vicki, I tell you. Now let's do I think we're out of ink. I need to pay my pen some attention. I should get my thing out first. Can't roll it very good with your finger on it, can you? Kind of watery. It's because of the texture, I guess. But it's okay though, because we don't really have to know what it is. Yeah. That is weird. It is the texture though. There's texture here too. That's cool though. Alrighty. Let me get my pen. Let me get a refill. I think I know right where they are. Maybe I don't. Right. Okay. No pen for me. I wonder where I put them safe. Where's the lid? There. I will find those refills. They should be in the pen drawer. And do some small scripting around that square. I think that'll be pretty cool. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's getting close to. Thank you, Kim. What'd you order? Oh, cool. They got them at Dollar Store. Yeah, I'm pleased with these two. And that is just too weird the way that turned out. But I like it. And it ties in over here. Cool beans. I like it. Nothing like liking your own stuff. Hey, Christy. I will crop in and say hello. You see close? It's focusing pretty good today. And then this one. And then here was this one. I can't get it up under there straight. And this one. Bye, Bethy. I'll check in a few minutes. Thank you guys for being here today. Don't forget to like my video if you liked it. YouTube pays attention to that stuff. I guess I'd be better off if I took the big lid off the gesso to pour that back in. I was thinking about trying it with the through the hole. Okay. There. All right, guys. I might see you tomorrow. You never know. Bye, Kim. Bye, Deb. Thank you. Christy, thank you for dropping in. Everybody for dropping in. I appreciate you. All right. I'm going to over and out this thing. Bye-bye. If I could find my... There it is. I couldn't find my cursor. There.